My name is Ryan Sims. I grew up in Indiana, but I've lived in Cave Creek, Arizona. It's the desert, which I love, and antique buildings and old gold mines to explore, and I adore it.
Let's make it a slow burn, like one last drag from a city.
I can remember listening to my mom's radio stations, of course, when I was a kid. She was a single mom with 3 kids, and we were poor. I mean, we were basically homeless poor, so we spent a lot of time in the car.
I know I'll never be the same. This thing is going down in flames.
But then I also had this urge to play guitar, like overwhelming urge, and I begged my parents for one for a long time, and they finally bought me like an $80, your first guitar type thing, and I took one lesson, and I came back from my second lesson, and I had learned the whole book, but I learned it by ear. The teacher was a little upset with me for getting ahead of myself, but then he told me, he said, listen, if you can play that well by ear, you're probably not going to need lessons. And he was right.
Whiskey in the morning ain't for beginners, but
It just took off from there. When I picked up a guitar, it was like that's what I was missing. I felt like, okay, now I am who I'm supposed to be from here on out. I was a Matchbox 20 fan, but I was just really a fan of Rob Thomas and the way he tied his lyrics into his songs. But I'm also a huge James Taylor fan and a huge John Cougar Mellencamp fan and Metallica and Led Zeppelin and Maroon 5. I love it. I love music. I can usually find something I like in most forms of music.
'Cause I'm still learning how not to love you and find my foothold on this.
So COVID hits a year ago in March. People said social distance, and I said, okay. And I got as much distance as I could from society. We all come from nature, and I think if you give yourself the time to experience it by yourself and just get out there and be a part of it, I don't think anybody would not feel that call. When you're out there, time kind of stands still, and as a songwriter, I can't escape my thoughts. There's nothing else to distract me because there's nowhere else to look, and except for inside. Unfortunately, sometimes. I've had songs that took me 5 years to finish. I've had songs that took me 15 minutes to finish. I think most songwriters are just an antenna trying to pick something out of the ethos that's being given to us from somewhere else.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that I found love on a lost highway. As the sun sets on your face, girl, I'll admit it's the furthest I've ever been.
What's important for me in order to write a good song is just to be open to whatever's coming in. It goes a lot better if I just shut up and listen to what's being whispered. I started off as a rock and roll guy, but country's always been about the story. It's 3 chords and the truth, they say. My songs are more like 15 chords and the truth. But I love telling stories with songs, and there's no better genre to do that in. If you want to tell a story with a guitar in your hand, it's country.
Please don't speak.
I haven't been married, I don't have kids, and I skipped out on that part of my life so I could do this part of my life the longest. And that's a big sacrifice for somebody, and having to take a year where you couldn't do any of it was very, very hard. It was dark. It was a dark year.
Songs about us, 2 hearts in a 2-ton truck, bumping like bass in the backseat sub, rolling around.
So good just to be doing anything with music. I am beyond thrilled to get a new single out and to get touring. This is my heart. Things are looking up, man. They really are.